Okay, well, we are going to start Nick's famous Nassau walking tour. And we're here, of course, in Nassau. So I'm going to show you how you can do your own walking tour by yourself for free. And along the way, I'll give you lots of historical facts and fun facts about Nassau and the history. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to get there and how you do it. All right, so it's just an easy walk to the new port area, and when we get out to the city streets, we'll show you where to go. It's basically, you see the water tower off in the distance, and that's where you're going to walk to first. And our first stop's going to be the Queen's Staircase and Fort Finn Castle, and along the way we'll give you some fun facts about Nassau. But there is the water tower we'll be heading to, so we'll join you right back when we get past the terminal into the city. All right, so as soon as you get past the big video screen here, you just go straight and you can go right out into the city very easily. And that is the taxi stand over there. And they actually can do tours or taxi to Atlantis. But now we are entering the uncharted waters. They will attack you for tours, but that's okay. We're going to cross the street at the pedestrian crosswalk, and we'll see you on the other side. This is where you exit out. All right, so we are now, this is Bay Street. You just basically one street over from Woods Rogers Walk. And these pink buildings are government buildings. There's a statue of Queen Victoria. And always use the pedestrian crosswalks. Always. Always. There's a lot of people around. And so these are government buildings. And we may show you Rawson Square later. I'm not really sure if we're going to go that way, but we can go this way. We're going to go down Bay Street. Basically, you're heading east. And there's a statue of Queen Victoria. Looks like they're setting up all these bleachers for a holiday parade, as you can see. So they're constructing all these bleachers. So you just stay on Bay Street and I'll show you where to turn. Basically, you go towards the hospital. So if you go to the hospital, you're heading in the right direction. When the Bahamas was under British rule, Queen Victoria served as the monarchy. Yep, these are some more government buildings in pink. And she died in 1937, right? 18.
No, it was 1837.
1837 to 1901. That was Queen Victoria. Okay, so we're just going to show you some things here.
Some of the government buildings.
Yep, all these government buildings.
And Cafe Matisse.
Yeah,
Was back here.
Cafe Matisse was back here, but no longer. So these are all these pink government buildings, courthouses, and we're just kind of taking you off the beaten path just to show you some of the historical architecture and government buildings. And you can cut through Bay Street and go to the next street over if you'd like, or stay on Bay Street and make a right towards the hospital. But we're going to come out here through this government complex, and here is the Supreme Court. And then there's a historical library over here. Used to be a jail. Yeah, that's the library now. It used to be a jail. Yep. Cafe Matisse, is it still open? That's the question. I think they sold it. But another one of the squares. And there is the historical, used to be a jail, now it's a library. So we basically just kind of cut through from Bay Street, and we're coming down to what's called Shirley Street. And there is the Supreme Court. And we're going to cut over here to Shirley Street, and it looks like they're putting up their Christmas decorations for the holidays. So as we are walking over here on towards Shirley Street, we'll tell you about some of the historical features of Nassau. There is the waterfront street along where the straw market is. That's called Woodes Rogers Walk, named after the first royal governor of Nassau, Woodes Rogers. And it's just a waterfront street with the straw market and shops, and pays homage to him. He was the first person, a key figure that was against piracy in the 18th century. So there was pirates here in the 1700s. And we're gonna turn left here. Also right near the Bay Street is called Rawson Square, named after Sir Rawson C. Rawson. And they have, it is a central meeting point. And that's where the House of Assembly and other courts are. We can go straight if you want. We can walk up that hill right there. That's probably where we need to go, East Street. Let's go, because that looks familiar. So East Street. This is an easy way to go. It's basically you're working your way towards that water tower. And there are some sidewalks here to walk on. We will do that. It's uneven surface, so if you have a wheelchair or mobility issues, do not do this walk. There is a new building, as you can see. But we are walking up East Street, and then we will zigzag towards the left up here and go to near the hospital, and then the big water tower and the Queen's Staircase. There's many ways to get here, but you can see the water tower off in the distance right there. So we came up East Street, and then it's the first street you come to. And we're gonna make our little zigzag here, and the next street over is where the hospital is and the road to the Queen's Staircase. All right, so when you see the hospital, this is Elizabeth Avenue. So if you were on Bay Street walking east, you just go right on Elizabeth Avenue and you go to the end, and there's the water tower. And it didn't take us long to walk here. What, 15 minutes? It took about 15 minutes. And so the Queen's Staircase, also known as 66 Steps, was built in 1793, 1794 by enslaved persons, and it served as a shortcut, or it's easier to climb steps than go down a hill from the Fort Finn Castle up there to the city. And so we're adjacent to Fort Finn Castle, which is built by the slaves, and they use limestone blocks taken from this little quarry here. And interestingly enough, all these forts, they have Fort Charlotte, Fort Finn Castle, and others, they prove to be not very successful because they're too far from the water to really provide adequate defense. But there are 66 steps here, one for each year that the slaves were in bondage, and because of erosion and other changes, only 65 steps are visible. But it is really an amazing place to see. You must come here. This is something most people don't know about. If they've been to Nassau and said, I've seen it all, no, if you haven't seen this, you need to come here. You can walk here for free. There's a little water fountain down here, and there are the steps. And you simply walk up those steps, and then you're up at the upper level, and then you can go right to Fort Finn Castle. And we look at, the tree roots that come all the way down. Yep. It's about 90 feet high here at the highest. And there's a secret entrance down here, like a tunnel. It's closed to the public. But there is over here towards the right at the base of the stairs, there is a tunnel. They blocked it off now, but it used to go under, through, and then up to the fort. But this was the shortcut to the fort. So there is your Queen Staircase. That's how you get here. It didn't take long. And they may try to sell you a tour. When you walk in, they may say, hey, hi, we want to talk to you. Just in this, that's okay. Keep going. Or if you want to pay them a few dollars, they can give you the history of it. But this was all former beach. This is all limestone, calcareous sands, sandy limestones, and used to be basically the beach. Yep. We're talking 10,000 years ago when the sea level was higher. Actually, more than that. It was 20,000 years ago. The sea level was higher. And this was like sand dunes from the beach. And a little further down from the hospital was where the shoreline was. So that's geologic significance. Locals in the mornings, early mornings, Sundays, they'll come and run these steps for exercise. And I'll show you some of the secret tunnels over here. They have them blocked off, but as you can see, it's a popular tourist attraction. So over there to the right, this is all blocked off now. And now they have this is new, haven't seen that in a while. And gives a little history, which is what I just told you. So there's the Queen Staircase. Next on the tour, we're going to go down Prosperity Row. We're going to see the government house. We're going to see the House of Graycliff. We're going to pass by the National Museum of Art. And we're going to go to John Watling's rum distillery. And we're going to, on the way, show you Gregory's Arch. So stay tuned for that. All right, so when you exit out of the Queen Staircase, you go to this first street that we were on, Sands Road. And we're going to head west. Sands Road. And we will be following along the route called Prosperity Row. So we'll tell you about that in a second. So East Hill Street is where you take your left from East Street. And we are now on the sidewalk on East Hill Street. And this is leading up to the little ridge here called Prosperity Row, which was the dividing line between the servants south of the line to the left and the well-to-do people on the right. And this road is famous for its architectural, colonial architecture. And so you see some bougainvilleas. So let's get on with Prosperity Row. As you continue on East Hill Street, you start seeing some of these buildings that were refurbished. And up ahead is the government house, which you will see. And sometimes they let you walk through there. We'll see if they let us. But you have the Royal Bank up here, Royal Bank of Canada. I think that's... So this is Prosperity Row. As you approach the governor's house or government house, right before that there's some steps, and you can see the road over what's called Gregory's Arch. Gregory was one of the governors of the Bahamas, and they built this. His name was Mr. Gregory. I forgot his first name, but in the 1800s, this was built to form a connection between the uptown and the downtown, basically. And it made it easier route to walk to work across Prosperity Row. So instead of going down the steep hill, it was more, they built a tunnel or an arch, and they named it after Governor Gregory. So that is Gregory's Arch, and you can see how steep it would have been without this arch. They tunneled through it. So that is your Gregory's Arch. All right, so today we were not allowed to walk through the government house. So you need to walk down these steps, and right where that bus is coming in, that is Shirley Street, and you take a left and you head towards the House of Graycliff. And over here on the right is one of the oldest churches in the Bahamas. And yes, it is St. Andrew's Kirk. St. Andrew's Presbyterian Kirk. Kirk means church. This was Old English and established 1810. And that's here on the corner of Shirley and Beck Slope. So we're going to head across. We're going to go across here. Peck Slope, not Beck Slope. Peck Slope. All right, we're going to go across. We're going to go across so we can get to the sidewalk. Yeah. Ready? Hurry, hurry, hurry. All right. Okay, we're going to take this sidewalk. And there's a look at the government house. We have been able to walk through there before, but this time, no. So we are going to go. I wonder if they still have the statue of Christopher Columbus, or did they remove it? Let's see. So they have removed the statue that used to stand there.
When was it removed?
It was removed probably about 2 or 3 years ago in the woke movement. So that was Christopher Columbus. They removed his statue. Probably because he was a slave owner. Are they just going to cancel everyone, whoever existed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. But anyway.
It's part of your history.
It's part of history.
Leaving the past.
Yeah.
Out.
Yep.
And when you take it all away, there's nothing left.
Yep. So anyway, onward to the House of Graycliff. All right. When you pass the government house, you get across the street, the same side as the government house. And we are heading to the House of Graycliff, which is right up here. Right on this little catty corner. This is a must-see. We're going to go up here and turn. And you can see in the background the old British Colonial Hotel. Ready, Barb? Let's go. Here's the House of Graycliff. Many famous people stayed here before, including Winston Churchill. It is open to the public. They have day passes. Beyonce and Jay-Z got engaged here. They come here. Well, they got engaged here. And there's an umbrella street, right? And there's an umbrella street. We will take photos and videos of the umbrella street. We can't. Oh, okay. So we cannot enter. Yeah. Okay. Do they still have the day passes?
Yes, you have to go on the line.
Yep.
How much is the day pass?
120.
120?
Yes.
Does it include massage,
No, no.
drinks,
Drink and eat.
like all inclusive?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do they
So
still
like
have the?
chocolate factory and cigar factory in the back.
Yeah.
Wine tasting.
They still have the pizza place?
No, downtown.
Oh, no more
Yeah,
over here?
No, no, they do it in downtown.
It's called Graycliff Pizza?
Yes, yeah, the Giotto.
Oh, that's been there, but I thought, yeah, so they don't do the pizza here
No,
anymore.
not no more. They do chocolate factory there now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, so we're going to go take some photos and videos. Yeah, they have the Bahama Barrel Winery, the chocolate factory. Here's one of the oldest artifacts. This is the Church of England Old Church Hill. This whole thing right here is remnants of an old church, 80 feet high. This is the last remaining remnants of it.
Right here.
Yeah. The church was built somewhere between 1694 and 1703. And during the time the English had a base in Nassau, Nassau was an official capital for the Bahamas in 1694. And this came under fire by the French and Spanish fleets. And the fire in 1703 by the Spaniards is the one that devastated this church. So 1694 to 1703.
Is this limestone?
Yep, that's limestone. It's the last remnants of the old church hill, destroyed in 1703. This is new. The Bahamas Ghost Tour. I know. The Bahamas Ghost Tour. So the Graycliff has bought all these buildings. They're going to do something with that one. There's a little museum over here. A little chocolate shop maybe going to open soon. But all this is owned by Graycliff. And here is your Umbrella Street. That's a very pretty site here, with the bougainvilleas and the colors. And you are free to come into the Bahamas Barrel Winery. They have tours here. And it's changed since I've been here. This was here before, but the storefront has changed a little bit. And it's a wine shop. They got candles, they got all kinds of stuff in here, like souvenirs. And the wine making classes are next door, but this is just basically a wine shop with t-shirts and souvenirs. And over here is your actual, this is the place where you would get the wine flights. They used to give free samples. Now it's 6 wine flights for $5. And that's what they do here. They used to give you the chocolates and for free, but now they have the wine flights. And
Sweet for me. Sweet high for me. You said this is a what?
so they give you a little sample for free, a little tiny cup, like a communion cup. It's not all you can drink for free. I think they just give you one sample. You can buy a flight of wine for 6 flights for $5. I don't know what size the flight is, maybe a shot glass. So probably equal to a couple of glasses of wine. And in the store here, you never know what you're going to run into. In Mexico, they serenade you with violins and guitars, and in Bahamas, it's rake and scrape and Junkanoo and tin cans and okay. Oh yeah. can get your Sans beer here for $3. $3. Pretty good deal. Okay, so we will continue on towards our John Watling rum distillery, but
Do a Graycliff pass for 120.
yeah, a day pass, $120. Here's the chocolate factory. Have to go look. I think they give you one free sample. This is something new. Bahamas Moonshine Company. That's something different.
Mm-hmm.
This gate here was built around 1860. Right here. The postern gate means a secondary or secretive entrance to a fortified location. So there was like a spring in the back, and now it's a swimming pool. It's a clover-shaped swimming pool.
Look at that.
And so previously this gate was owned by Richard Todd, a Canadian who spent his winters here. These were the owners of this Graycliff, the Canadians, in the early 1980s.
Do they still
And
own it?
no, they sold it to a family from Italy, I believe, in 1995. And the building today houses Graycliff Hotel guests, and have a humidor, the chocolate factory, the pizzeria, though it's what the guy told us is no longer there. But anyway, let's check out the chocolate factory. There's the moonshine. See, they changed the location of this stuff. Yeah, that used to be the chocolate factory. And now they got the Junkanoo bands in here for the experience. Look at this. That's how you get to the back. Here's the chocolate factory. And I don't think you want to go in there because the noise is too loud right now. So yeah, you can get a drink. You can sit here. Your pink kind of fits in. The pink bougainvilleas. And the new location of the chocolate factory. Graycliff is cashless, so make sure you bring credit card. Well, I brought one just in case. Here is more of the same. We're going to get out of there into the peace and quiet. There's the other store that has this stuff. They really expanded the commercial aspect of this place. This moonshine, I'm going to go see what this moonshine place is. This used to be where the chocolate factory is. So this is something new. Free moonshine sample. Well, this used to be the chocolate factory entrance. And this is the moonshine place. Hi. So this is new. This used to be where the chocolate factory was.
Yes.
So tell me about moonshine for my YouTube channel. Tell me about this.
Moonshine is basically, it's corn based. It's filled with sugar cane. Yes. It's unaged whiskey. Here, you have moonshine. It has the harsh flavor but here we have a twist to it. We did add flavors to it. So we get different flavors ranging from 17% to 95% in alcohol.
Ooh.
We do have Bahamian made ones as well, like the dilly. It's a Bahamian fruit. Then we have the white lightning. Then we have one flavor that's the sugar cane. So we have a different variety of flavors. It's really nice and smooth.
What's on sampling? The peach pie?
Yes.
Oh
It's 30% alcohol, 60 proof.
Wow. When did they start the moonshine place?
We've been open about like a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
My first time here. This was, like I said, this is where we used to come to the chocolate factory. Yeah. We'll try one. All right. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Wow. Look at all these cold brew coffee. Is that alcoholic?
Yeah, all of them.
Everything's alcoholic.
Yes.
Wow. How much is one of these jars?
The bigger jars that were imported are $42.90, and then the Bahamian made products will be $20.
Okay. Wow. And this is all made, well, the Bahamian ones are made here.
Across the street.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, so you all need to come check out the moonshine, Bahamian moonshine.
Tell them ask for Macy and Chantel.
Chantel? All right. Thank you for the sample.
Okay.
Thank you. So there you go. There's the moonshine triple X high proof cocktails. Woo. The imported ones are $42. The Bahamian made ones across the street are about $20. And I don't know how those people can stand all that noise in there. But this is pretty nice. Yep, we're going to sit here for a minute. In case you didn't get enough. All right, so inside the chocolate factory, and I think they have this at the port too, I believe. They have one of these at the port. But this is the chocolate drinks. So they have one of these at the port as well, right at Nassau. So inside the chocolate factory, you can still get pizza. They still make the pizzas here in their high temperature oven. And a slice is $6. Cheese, pepperoni $7.50. A whole pizza is $24 with toppings, or $20 for cheese. So they still make the pizzas here, and they sell it by the slice. So look at that. Very interesting. You can't really see it, but so they sell it by the slice. All right, so once you exit Graycliff, you make your way, you turn left. You make your way down here. We're going to go to the next street, make a little left here, and we're going to go now to the John Watling's Rum Distillery. And there's another road cut. All that limestone, sands. Another tree with all the roots coming down the side. So next stop's going to be John Watling. So you go down here to the, you make a left when you get out of Graycliff. You see the church at the end, you make a left. And we'll show you where it is. And as we get to the end of the street, which is called West Street, you see the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. So Graycliff was back there. Well, yeah, that's the Jimmy Buffett's one particular harbor. And a parking garage. So here, you stay on the little bitty sidewalk. You see the St. Francis Xavier Cathedral Church. This is West Street. We are on West Hill Street. You make this little jog to the left, and we will see the entrance. And you see a sign right there that'll direct you. John Watling's Rum Distillery. So you just go up here, and it's that street on the next street. Basically, you turn right, and that's where you go. And it's perfectly safe. It's on the beaten path. You even see children and families walking. And there's the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. We'll put the periscope up so you can see it. Big building and grounds. My wife's not walking on the sidewalk. Oh, okay. This is part of the church grounds. It's an old church. And this next street is where you turn to go to the rum distillery. And they have free samples, little tiny samples of pina coladas. But they make good drinks there. They have a bar.
Big building.
Yep. It's a very big building. National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. So the next street we turn, where those people are walking, that is the rum distillery. And here we are at the John Watling's rum distillery. There was actually a James Bond movie, a stunt scene filmed here. A car crashing, jumping over this wall. The James Bond movie, this distillery was like some kind of a consulate mansion or home to consulates, political consulates, governor, something like that. And it was in one of the James Bond movies. We'll have to look it up and see which one it was, but I think it was right over here. I think there's a little monument for it over here, so we're going to take a look. Okay, so I have the lowdown here. In 2006, Daniel Craig was playing James Bond in the film Casino Royale, and he jumped this Buena Vista wall during the opening scene and landed here. So this is where he landed. So he jumped the wall and landed here. So I don't know where he was coming from, but maybe over there, and he landed here. So that was Casino Royale, James Bond, and this house was in the movie. I think it was some kind of like governor's mansion or some kind of consulate or something that lived here, embassy, something like that. So this was the Casino Royale, one of the stunt scenes, the opening stunt scene filmed here, where James Bond jumped over that wall and landed over there. And this was like a consulate house, governor's house or something like that in the movie. And they have a self-guided tour here. It's free. They have free samples, but they also sell now flavored vodka, but they have rum, and they've got drinks at the bar, and they've got food too. Look at this. They got a little window over here.
This is different. They didn't have the window before.
This little thing over here, it wasn't here before,
It's new.
but it's here now. Let's see what they have. Some kind of food or something. It's called Vel Monkey Foot.
Hi.
What do they serve here?
So food is outside, drinks will be inside, okay? Give
What
me
do
one
they
second.
serve here? Oh, the menu.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take a look at this menu here. And it's burgers and quesadillas and sides and tacos and bites. So they have conch fritters for $9. Seafood basket, $22. Jerk chicken burger, $18. So they got burgers and quesadillas. Quesadillas about $18. They got snapper, jerk chicken, and jerk pork meals, $20 to $22. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The drinks are inside,
Okay.
so I'm trying to know about
Okay. Yep. So we can go here and they have a self-guided tour, and they tell you all about how the rum is made here, and it's one of the best rums ever. What is this? Coffee Cottage. That's new. So that building there is something else.
That was not open before.
No, that wasn't open before. So you're free to go in here and do the self-guided tour. And they have little samples of the pina coladas usually up here. So that is what the inside is. So I'll show you a little bit more. So this is the Buena Vista well. This place used to be called the Buena Vista House in 1789. And the slaves sculpted this by hand from 1789 all the way to 1833 when they enacted the British Slavery Abolition Act. More than 4,000 cubic feet of rock were displaced and basically containing 2 feet fresh water at the bottom. So it's a freshwater well dug by hand by slaves. Wow. So this is the self-guided tour. You go in here and they show you, you can read the placards, and it actually has a place here where during the weekdays, what's today? Today is a weekday. They should be labeling the bottles. People are maybe not working this week. Oh, yep, they are. There they are, labeling, capping and labeling, and so that's what goes on here. But you can see aged in oak caskets, or casks, and there's a few different types of rum based on how many years they are aged. There's a 2 to 3 year aged. There's a 3 year. There's a 5 year aged, and then there's that reserve. But they got flavored vodka also. There they are working. During the weekdays, you see them working. And they have these little things that you can not spin around, but read them. And it tells you what's going on. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yep. So you can read all the steps.
You want to get some to take back?
Oh no, that's okay. So there they are, hard at work, labeling the bottles. So that is the self-guided tour, and now you exit out here and go up to the shop, the gift shop, and the bar. It's over here. We came down there, now we're gonna go up here, and they sell the rum, then they have the bar. And here's your Red Turtle vodka. There's all the different types of the rums. Something new here, I've never seen that before, Maravilla rum. So there's the different rums based on the length of aging. This is my favorite right there.
The Buena Vista.
Yeah. This is good.
Red Turtle vodka?
No. So the Paradise rum. Then they have the Buena Vista. So it's based on the length of the aging process. And this is your amber rum. That's your normal rum. That's really good stuff there. I think the amber rum probably is good. I like this one here and this one.
The amber.
Yep, those are good.
You had one of those in the kitchen that I think
I've had them. So anyway, this is the bar, and they make drinks. And here's where you can buy your merchandise, right here. And then you go down here and you can order a drink. And then when you go out the door, you can sit and relax and drink it, or you can get some food with your drinks. And here you can get rum flights. As shown there, you can get rum flights. I think it's like 4 flights of rum. I'm not sure how much the rum flights are. And there's the world famous pina colada. The best pina coladas in the world. Right there, they're very good. We have all the different drinks here. Alright, so there's your prices. So for shots of vodka or rum, it's $3 or $4 or $6. And they have the 3-flight rum for $12, 4 flights for $16. That's what they have. Mixed drinks or side fruit drinks, $8. Beer and wine, $8. So the mixed drinks are $8. So there you go. The frozen pina coladas, daiquiris, $14. you go on it in a pineapple, it's 25. I think the pina coladas are $12. So that's your list of prices here. Exiting is easy, and heading back to the ship is actually even easier because you go back to the street, West Street. You make a left, you go downhill, and it's all the way down to Woods Rogers Walk, which is the name of the road I mentioned at the beginning of this video, named after the first Royal Bahamian Governor, Woods Rogers. So once you get to this stop sign, you go left and you just go all the way straight downhill. Then you'll be over near the Straw Market and Senior Frogs and the British Colonial Hilton. And then it's a short walk on Woods Rogers, or actually you can walk straight across into the new port area, which they have access points. So we'll show you how that works. So here's where we came from at the House of Graycliff, but to head back to the ship, just go straight down the hill. It's a straight shot. So this is at the one particular harbor, Point Village, and it's unrecognizable if you hadn't been here in a while. You just go all the way, keep heading to the water, and then you'll see there's the ships off in the distance. There's that beautiful color, the Bahamian blue. Love the color of that water. There's your little boardwalk. Look at the water. So all you do now is just... Oh, they won't let you go that way. We have to go back up. Have to go back up to the street level. Okay, we'll go back up to the street level and go across. Can't cut through the hotel. So the street we came from is over there, and you just turn right here. Before you go into Point Village, you just turn on that street. That's the street right there to go to John Watling. And you have to walk down this street. You can't cut through from the Point Village in Margaritaville. It's certainly cool to walk in there just to check it out. But this is the place to head back to the ship. And you will see the Straw Market and entry to the new port in just a minute. And as you wind your way back through Marlborough Street, you're going to come over to one more little stretch to the water, and you're going to get to Senior Frogs, and that's where you make a right, and that is the Woods Rogers Walk, named after the first Royal Bahamian Governor. It's probably about a 15 to 20 minute walk if you come directly from Watling's. Yeah. And so we're gonna go over here to the little art area. There's a square over here where people hang out. On the other side is the Conch and Calic. Remember the Conch and Calic? So we are coming upon Senior Frogs, and we can slip in the new port area right over here. So you don't have to walk through the whole street.
Remember at the Symphony, the ladies' turtles got run over by the bus.
Yeah.
Remember that? She
Yep.
was gathering up the turtles.
That was by the Straw Market. Doing the cha-cha slide. I haven't heard that song before. So right past that, where the green building is, we can enter the new port area. And this is a crowded way. This is Woods Rogers Walk here. And we shall head back to the ship this way. All All right, so we came in through the first gate, right through there, off Woods Rogers Walk. There is the straw market. And this entry into the new port area makes it much easier than battling all that traffic over there. But if you want to go to the Pirates Republic Brewery, then that's where you would go. My wife's way ahead of me. But here is the new port area. I have a separate tour, all of this new port area in detail. So make sure to check that out. And we are heading back to the ship now. All right, so hopefully you liked my walking tour of Nassau. Takes you to the highlights. You can do it yourself. It's a good walk. You're gonna walk 10,000 steps. It's a few hours, takes a few hours.
We left at 11:15.
We left at 10:45 and it's now 1:15, so 2.5 hours. It can be done. So hope you like this if you keep walking. We did stop for a little bit, so
10 minutes.
yep. All right, so give this a thumbs up, please. And please subscribe to my channel for much more coming from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you.